You've also worked quite a lot with Gucci Mane. Is he somebody?
Ooh-wah.
Is he somebody you can direct in the studio?
Definitely, yeah. I could direct anybody, no matter who it is.
Yeah?
Yeah, I could direct you.
Well, I don't doubt that.
You want to rap?
I'm not Gucci Mane.
You're not, but I can direct you though.
Maybe after this interview.
Fair enough. I got my studio equipment with me.
Yeah, you could have made a beat during this conversation.
Right now.
Yeah, right now.
Right now.
Well, if you want to do it briefly, could you really do it now?
What'd I say?
Yeah. Okay.
I got COVID. Bring the laptop so I can show them how to do this shit on first. You know what I'm saying?
So how many percent? How far are you now?
2 more minutes. Thank you. You're far too kind.
Your beginning. You grew up, like I said in the introduction, in Atlanta in the 90s. What was the environment like you grew up in, and what kind of music did you listen to when you were young?
When I was young, I listened to a lot of T.I., rap music, Tupac, Biggie. Back in the 90s, R&B as well. I grew up in a church. I was born in Memphis, Tennessee, but I moved to Atlanta. My grandmother and my mother, they was all into church music, so I was doing a lot of piano, playing the Rhodes, playing the organs, drums. So I'm a natural musician. I've been doing music for a while.
And you always knew or had the feeling that you would?
Definitely did.
Yeah?
Yeah, I wouldn't look back. I didn't quit. So I always knew it was going to happen. You just had to be consistent with doing it. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep doing it. 'Cause something's going to happen if you just, if you take a break, if you stop, if you hesitate, then you never know when your moment comes. But if you keep doing it 24/7, over and over and over, something is going to eventually happen. It's like waking up, sleeping, doing this every day. That's what I was doing 24/24. I can't say 24/7, 24/24. That's all I did. I didn't do nothing else.
First steps, the first beat you made with Fruity Loops, with Logic. Well, what did you do with it? What was the next step then?
Well, the first beats that I did, I pretty much just rapped over. And I got a feel for, trying to be a rapper. And then, when I was hot in my city rapping before I was a big producer. So the We Got London on the track is a big legendary stamp in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Like it's been popular there since I was young. So I was a rapper, and then a lot of people like Young Thug wanted, to get the same beats. They liked the beats I was making for myself. So I used to give it to a lot of people in my city or where I come from. So like the whole city was like full of London on the tracks. So eventually, me and Thug, we did more stuff and we just had hits back to back. I hustled everywhere. Like in the city, I had a studio in my house in the basement. I kept a booth in the closet. I used to put like the McDonald's little cups that you put your cups in the styrofoam, you know what I'm talking about. I put it all on the wall so I can make soundproofing walls. You know what I'm saying? So the sound, when people record in the closet, the soundproof will be closed in. I used to figure out ways. I used to use my brain and just, try to come up with.
I can imagine it's a difficult step from being a talented artist, an artist people talk about, from there to becoming an artist that really earns steady cash, really makes a living out of it. Did you think about that business side immediately, or did it came along the way?
Yeah, no, the business came along the way. I didn't really get into the business until I started making business. So, yeah, the business came later on down the road once the money and the platinum records started coming in.
And what did you do? Do you hire a manager? Do you your own contracts and stuff? I think if you I ask this because if you really focus on music 24 like you say it, constantly making beats, and then suddenly it really.
Well, when I first got my first check, I kind of blew it. I didn't know what to do with it. I was so happy to have it, so. But I still continue to stay in the studio. That never changed. To this day, I'm still like that.
So when the first check came in, what did you do with it?
Probably spent about $100,000 on Ubers.
Okay, that's a lot.
Because I used to, yeah, it is. I spent a lot of money on Ubers and truck drivers and clothes and
Well, I don't know, so tell me.
Party stuff. I used to like to party a lot.
Ubers, clothes, and party stuff.
Yeah, just
and then
partying.
Poof, it's gone.
Yeah. But I still stayed in the studio. Like, I would go party, like, after I make 15, 20 beats.
A day?
A day. Still do it.
Okay.
It took me, how long? It took me, like, 12 hours to get over here. So
That's a lot of beats for you.
On the plane, I probably did about, yesterday, probably like about 12 beats on the plane.
Okay, that's impressive. Whoa. I slept and I didn't do anything.
Yeah. No sleep. No sleep, gang.
No sleep.
No, sir.
And aren't you?
You can't sleep. You sleep, you're missing a moment. You're missing an opportunity. It's always an opportunity when you sleep.
Okay, I think I missed the moment then.
Fair enough.
Aren't you then tired or exhausted after a couple of those years?
It's crazy because I haven't been to sleep, and I just partied last night.
Okay. Well, that sounds more and more impressive. Could you take us to a recording session with Young Thug? Because you have, we can hear when we hear your tracks, you have really a lot of chemistry, and it really works together. How do you go to the studio together? Do you have an idea what the track is about? Do you have a lot of beats ready and he's going to choose? How does it work?
Sometimes we cook up. We'll make the beat on the spot. Like he'll tell me like, yo, what kind of. I can feel the vibe when I'm in the studio. It just depends on like who's in the studio, how many people is in the studio, what's going on in the studio. He might be feeling like bringing a lot of his people to the studio. They might be, doing little stuff, whatever, and just I can feel the vibe. I can feel what's like the time of the day, his energy of what I should be making. But for some reason, I can feel it every time I walk in the room. I just know what he's on right then and there. So sometimes I'll make the beat in front of him. So off his vibe, and he instantly adapts to it immediately. So I'll probably come up with a melody. He's like, yeah, that's it right there. And then I'll just add some drums. We'll hurry up and pull it up before he loses the idea, because the freestyles on all tracks. Everything. So I don't want to lose ideas, so I like to hurry up and pull it up. He'll go in, do his thing. I'll piece it together with him. After that, I grab the vocals, go back into my software, and finish it.
So how long does this take you? An hour or?
It takes me maybe 5 to 10 minutes to make a beat.
Okay.
It probably take him another 10 minutes to make a song. 15 minutes. It take me about another 10 minutes to finish the beat. So probably about 35 minutes.
Okay. So you can make an album in a day together.
Definitely. We've did it before.
And when you're in the studio with Young Thug, but also with other artists, are you like the director of the creative process?
Yes.
And then you also say, I think you should focus on this. I think
Yeah. I always like to, give my points out in every part of the song, and just be completely honest with him, with any artist I work with. It don't matter who it is. I like to be completely honest with them and let them know, like, I think this should be that. And some artists will tell me, I think this should be that. And I like to, compromise. So, at the end of the day, and I go off whatever sounds good and the vibe in the room. So I can work both ways.
When you make a beat, like you have a certain kind of loop, certain kind of vibe, but like how do you keep it interesting, like through the whole track, like structure of the beat?
How do I keep it interesting?
Yeah.
Shit. I just pretty much just go crazy. The drums make it interesting. The sirens, the scary distortions I put in there. Sometimes it'll be loops. Sometimes if I have my keyboard, I can play it.
Kanye West once said that he became an artist after years of being solely a producer because he felt artistic a little bit limited as solely being a producer. Is that true for you? Is that also the case?
It's different strokes for different folks. Like me, I'm becoming an artist. I just want to be able to people to just recognize me and just know who I am as well. As far as I just want to be able to show people how to be great and help others become great, and not just calling myself great.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out the ADE Beats podcast at Spotify and iTunes for the whole conversation. Or check out beats.nl to find all the information about the upcoming ADE Beats event. You can find both links in the description of the video.